The Swiss Alps are full of panoramic views, which makes Switzerland one of the best countries for road trips. The Alpine region is where you get to see some of Switzerland's best attractions, such as magical ice caves inside a glacier or thrilling suspension bridges. Strap yourself in to be taken on one of my favorite road trips through the Swiss Alps. Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel Gemographic. For those who are new to my channel, my name is Gemo. I'm a Swiss traveler, mostly being active in Southeast Asia, but also here in my home country, which is Switzerland. In today's episode, I'm taking you to the Rhone Glacier, which is a little bit tricky to reach. As you may know, Switzerland has a fantastic train system, so that is one way to get there. However, the easiest way is by taking a car. I suggest you start a trip from Andermatt. From there, it only takes you 1 hour to reach the Rhone Glacier. When you drive up there, you will get to see a lot of scenic lookouts. That's why I recommend you to do a road trip, because you have all the freedom to stop at any place to enjoy the panoramic views. Other things that you may get to see are the Swiss cows with the typical bells, the Furkapass cogwheel steam railway train, and if you're lucky, there may be even a cycling race. When you arrive at the top of the Furkapass, you will realize it's quite a bit cold. Can you see this is real snow? Now it's July 20th, which is the peak of summer. But because we are very high up on more than 2,000 meters, usually the chance is quite high that even during the hot season, there's still a lot of remaining snow. Also, what is very common in Switzerland is that the pass marks the boundary between two states. So currently we're staying in the state of Uri, but just 50 meters on the other side we already will enter the state of Wallis, which is the southern part of Switzerland. After enjoying a stunning panorama on the snow mountains, I suggest you proceed to the Belvedere. When you're heading to the glacier, you will pass the Belvedere, which in French stands for beautiful view. It used to be a hotel and restaurant until a few years ago. This place has also been shown in James Bond Goldfinger, probably the most classic movie of the entire series. While again here you will have a very scenic view on the valley, the actual main attraction is the Rhone Glacier itself. What is really good about this place, the entry to the glacier costs only 9 Swiss francs, which makes it very suitable for budget travelers. Do you see this tongue? So this is the Rhone Glacier. It is unfortunately much smaller than it used to be 100 years ago. It used to go all down to the valley about like 1.5 kilometers. Amazing, but unfortunately this is the leftover we got to see today. I remember when I was a kid, I came quite often here, and that time this lake actually didn't exist. Nowadays it's warning us of this glacier dying. This is something we are facing with the progress of global warming. A lot of beautiful things in nature are likely going to be lost forever. When you're walking down to the ice cave, you may notice these white UV blankets. Thanks to them, the glacier has not been receding too much, which is the reason why the ice cave is still open today. Once you enter the ice cave, you will find yourself in a totally different world. Isn't this just amazing? The entire cave, all made of natural ice. We're standing inside the Rhone Glacier. It's one of my favorite attractions in all of Switzerland, because yet it still remains relatively non-touristy. If you want to enjoy this place with little people, I suggest you don't come here in July and early August. In any other time, I promise you, you pretty much have this place all for yourself. Now before you leave this place, I suggest you go down to the balcony to see the waterfall. What you actually see here is the offspring of the Rhone River. It flows down all the way to the south of France, ending in the Mediterranean. When going out, you will have to pass through this shop where you can buy a lot of good Swiss souvenirs. Typical ones would, for example, be crystals from the Alps, cowbells or Swiss Army knives. Before ending this video, I want to share a beautiful surprise. So actually I was aiming to go to Grimentz, but on the way I finally found this amazing bridge here in Goms. Soon after a few steps you will realize how amazing this location is. Look down to the valley, it's such a scenic view. The river that you see here is the one which I've just shown you before at the glacier. Do not be confused, the official name of this suspension bridge is Mühlebach-Fürgangen Mühlebach, but in English you will often hear the name Goms Bridge. We've reached the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, then please do that now. I quite appreciate that. So stay tuned, next will be Grimentz.